Hello friends that have agreed to watch this video for me. I need 20 of you. So thank you very much for helping me get my celebrancy license. This is activity 5.8 and 5.9, and just a bit of background for everyone. This is a pretend graduation ceremony for Mason Smith, who's just finished university. It's just a made-up story, and now I'm going to begin. So thanks again for watching. All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for coming along today to celebrate Mason's graduation. My name is Tara, and I'm a registered celebrant in Australia. On behalf of James and Julia, Mason's parents, I would like to thank you all for the role you have played in Mason's life, especially as part of his journey through formal education. Maybe you're a family member or a friend. Maybe you're a teacher or a student colleague, a coach. Maybe you've been a scout leader or a tutor. Regardless of how, you have played a role in Mason receiving his master's in environmental science. And today is the day where we celebrate all of the hard work that has gone into this amazing achievement for Mason. It's the end of a chapter and the beginning of a new one. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of history about Mason's educational journey, and I will take you way back to 1998 when little Mason was just 4 years old. Julia tells me that Kindy was highly anticipated by little Mason. He was very excited to get at the new toys and the new friends that were there. He had an amazing year, and Mason really bonded with his Kindy teacher, Miss Amanda. 1998 was a good time, but a short time, and soon little Mason had to start big school, which included a new uniform and a 5-day school week, which was a little bit overwhelming for Mason. He had some naps after school for the first couple of weeks, and Julia tells me that occasionally he would come home from school, eat a snack, fall asleep, and not wake up till the following morning, which would have been a quiet evening for Jim and Julia. Mason learned his letters in prep. He loved the playground, and there was a big sand pit in which he had a lot of fun. Mason progressed through primary school, and his favorite subjects were science and music. Mason learned to play the trumpet and played in the school band. He joined the chess club, and he devoured the Harry Potter novels. During these years, Mason joined the local scout troop where he enjoyed hiking and camping. They played sports and did all kinds of outdoor rec like rock climbing and bushwalking. I want to say a special hello to Jim Davies, who was the scout troop leader, and his son Rudy, who was Mason's very best friend in childhood. Rudy and Mason spent lots of weekends together, camped out in the wilderness, the backyard. And James and Julia believe that the role that Rudy and Jim played in Mason's life are what set him on his path towards environmental science in the first place. All right, next come the teenage years, and Mason attended Redcliffe High School. Again, high school was very overwhelming for him at first, which it often is for most of us. But within a couple of months, Mason had found his way. In high school, he decided to pack away the trumpet, and Jim tells me that he breathed a sigh of relief when he didn't have to listen to morning trumpet practice anymore. And instead of trumpet, Mason decided to try out field hockey and found that he was a natural field hockey player. Mason trained hard the first couple years of school and earned a spot on the senior field hockey team. Coach Murphy's here today. And Coach Murphy can attest to the fact that the senior team was very hungry for a championship. They played their teenage hearts out all season and made it to the Queensland High School State Tournament, which was held in Rockhampton. Redcliffe got 4th overall, and the team was very proud of their efforts and also had enjoyed a really good weekend up in Rocky. Mason graduated from high school in 2012, and at that point he wasn't exactly sure what direction he wanted to take career-wise, so he took a gap year. Now through high school, Mason had a steady part-time job at the fish and chip shop, so he had a bit of money saved up, and him and a good mate, Jacko, hi Jacko, decided to head overseas. They went to Southeast Asia, with no real itinerary and, much to Julia's chagrin, no return flight. The adventure took these boys through Thailand, Vietnam, and Cambodia, and they lasted 8 months before running out of money. At that point, Julia received a call wondering if she could advance Mason enough money for a flight home, which she was more than happy to do to have him back safe on Australian soil. When Mason, Jim and Julia referred to Mason's gap year as his time in the School of Life because the trip had helped him to figure out where his career path lie. Mason wanted to try and do something about the plastic pollution that he had seen littering the beautiful beaches in Southeast Asia. So he applied to universities and was accepted into the environmental science undergrad program at the University of the Sunshine Coast. Mason finished out 2012 laboring on a building site and saved his money in preparation for becoming a full-time student the following year. It's been 5 years since Mason started university, and his parents tell me that there have been ups and downs along the way. But we're here today to celebrate the fact that Mason made it through. There's one special person who kept him motivated and reminded him that the hard work would ultimately be worth it. And that special person is Professor Max Klein. Hello, Max. Many thanks to you from the Smith family for the ongoing support you provided for Mason the past couple of years. They reckon without you, he wouldn't have got through, so thank you very much for that. Now, before I finish this brief history of Mason's time in the education system, there's one other VIP that deserves a special mention, and that VIP is Jessica Van Vonderen. Jessica Van Vonderen was a fellow student at USC, and Mason was spending an awful lot of time in the library for a while, and this is where he ran into the beautiful Jessica over the printer. These two assure me it was love at first sight. So that's lovely. It's wonderful. It's a great side benefit of attending school. Jess is in the final year of an occupational therapy degree, and her and Mason have plans to marry once she graduates next year. So congratulations, you two. That's it, everyone. That's the story of Mason's journey up to this point. The question now is, what's next for Mason? What will you do with this environmental science degree that you have? Are you still motivated to tidy up those beaches in Southeast Asia, or are you going to do something at home here in Australia? There's tons of opportunity for this kind of work, so it will be very interesting to see what you do, Mason. I'm looking forward to finding out what kind of a difference you make out there in the world. Now we're going to have a few words from Mason's parents, James and Julia, so come on up. Okay, now we pretend that they've said a little speech about their wonderful son. Thanks, James and Julia. It's lovely to see the pride that you have in your little boy shining through. Mason, come on up to the front. Yeah, Professor Klein wants to propose a toast to you, so come on up, Max, the two of you. All right, so now we pretend that everybody's having a little toast. All right, thanks, fellas. Now we'll just close up with a couple of announcements. Firstly, Julia's prepared a little photo album of Mason's school years. Many of the guests here today pop up in these photos, so I encourage you all to take a look. Mason was very cute, and there's a school picture for every year, so it's worthwhile having a look. He was lovely, and he had some lovely haircuts. Also, Jim wants you all to know that there's a couple of eskies on the back deck full of beverages, so help yourself. There are some lawn games set up in the backyard for anyone who's interested, and at 5 p.m. there will be 2 food trucks arriving. One is a Mexican and the other is wood-fired pizza, so look out for that. And lastly, the Smith family is hoping to take a group photo with everyone today. So immediately after we finish this formal part of the celebration, James and Julia would like you to assemble yourselves out on the driveway, and I'm going to zip up to the upstairs balcony and see if I can get a group shot with everybody in it. So please, as soon as we finish up, just zip straight out to the driveway. It should only take a minute or two, and then off to the Eskies out on the back deck, everyone. All right, we'll close up. I would like to thank you all for coming. It's been a pleasure for me to get to know the Smith family, and I would like to say a massive congratulations to you, Mason. Very well done. Your parents and your family, everyone here today is just so proud of you. They're really confident that you will put your knowledge and expertise to good use in the future. I want to wish you all the very best in your career. I'm interested to see, I'm hoping I'll get an email in a year or two with a little update of what you're up to. And I want to wish you all the best for your marriage next year, Jess and Mason. Congratulations, and thank you for having me today. That's it. All right, guys, that's that. Thanks for watching. You're all the best.